Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Balqis Putri dari Azzahra, and today I will tell you guys our narrative text that is titled Miraculous Ladybug. Miraculous Ladybug is a story of super two teenagers and Marinette the Penchant and Azzahra-Modern as the main character, which is their job is to keep people in the town safe with their miraculouses or their magical artifact that can give them the combat abilities to fight the akumas or the evil in the stories. Alright, so the story starts from Marinette when one day Marinette comes to a pedestrian crosswalk waiting for the light to change. As she waits, Wang Fu the Professor Fu crosses the street, noticing a car headed towards Wang Fu. Marinette blocked the sidewalk. In the process, when Marinette helps him, the macaroons that Marinette brought that is given from her father to give to her friends are trapped, and people step on the macaroon without noticing, so it's like crumbled now. And she offers one to Wang, which is that's still good, of course. She offers one to Wang, and then Wang say thank you, and then Marinette run to the school. Meanwhile, inside the school, Ivan opens the door to Mr. Damocles' office because he made Mr. Damocles mad. And then when Ivan opens the door, Mr. Damocles gets mad again because, well, Ivan not knocking on the door. So Mr. Damocles said that you must knock on the door when you want to come in. That is the etiquette when you want to go in someone's room. Well, angrily, Ivan leaves the room, and you know what? An Akuma flies into the crumpled note, and then the note that Ivan's pegang is there's Akuma or evil butterflies that are from Hawkmouse, the villain of the story, make him turning into a bad guy. That is literally make him transforms into Stoneheart. Then meanwhile, he's still on the outside of the room. Mr. Damocles asks Ivan if he's knocking, and the door flies off its hinges. Stoneheart enters the room and, well, makes trouble in the room because she's turning into a big, tall monster. Yeah. In his office, Mr. Damocles calls the police and the army. Now, Marinette still has no clue what is happening right now. Like, how come a person like Ivan turning into a monster, and why does this monster have Ivan's voice? Meanwhile, Alia, on the other hand, her besties, claims that a superhero will show up to the fight and to fight the villain, and then Alia leaves Marinette behind in the library to chase after Stoneheart. Before Stoneheart leaves the school grounds, he picks up a card and threw it to the schools. Like, oh yeah, there's our second main character of Azzahra-Modern is a teenage boy, which is a modeling person. His parents, when his dad are so strict, and his mom was strangely and mysteriously disappeared. Now back to the story. Wang Fu, or Professor Fu, stands outside the Egger's mansion with a small box in his hand, smiling. Inside the mansion, Natalie is asking a different question. Natalie is the aggressive mate, And inside the mansion, Natalie is asking Adrian questions about the story, but Gabriel Gress, his father, interrupts his reminding Adrian. And the Gress are mad at Adrian for sneaking out and telling him that he has everything he could ever want in the mansion, and that the outside world is dangerous for her and his modeling career. Natalie, the maid, states that they could be done with the homeschooling for the day if Adrian wishes. Before she finishes speaking, Adrian runs from the room to his bedroom. Adrian lies on his bed crying, face in a pillow, and before she starts speaking, Adrian sees police cars and hears sirens. The police ready their weapons as Stoneheart approaches, firing on Roger Rancomfort's commands are the police officer. When they fire, Stoneheart glows yellow, curling in on himself before growing in size. He picks up a police van and throws it as the officer scared. Back to Marinette. Marinette watches as news be broadcast about Stoneheart's attack, feeling terrified. Simultaneously, she and Adrian look at the table in front of them and find each of them finding a small hexagonal black and red box. When they start to open it, there are creatures like a small tiny creature that are shiny and give them the power to change themselves into a superhero. From Marinette's buff, it was Tiki. The name of the creature was Tiki. Tiki manifests in front of Marinette, who literally panics at the sight of a talking giant black mouse and starts chuckling everything within reach at her. Meanwhile, in Adrian's buffs, its name was Black, the black cat, who reached with curiosity as Black flies at Adrian. Back to Marinette Pops. Marinette calls out to her parents, but Tiki tells her to stop. Tiki reveals to Marinette that she's the only one who can stop Stoneheart from destroying everything in town. Meanwhile, back to Professor Fu. Professor Fu in the wine shop with Wang Fu. The Professor Fu hides the jewelry box with his remaining miraculouses, which asks Wang if he had made a mistake with giving this two teenager, Meryl and Adrian, the miraculouses, and Wang responds with, "Only made one mistake in my life, and I'm not intent on making a second."